All right, everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the RPS challenge from Cylab / picoCTF 2022 as part of their binary exploitation series of challenges. The challenge description says, here's a program that plays rock, paper, scissors against you. I hear something good happens if you win 5 times in a row. The program's source code with the flag redacted can be downloaded here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to launch, the first thing we want to do is we want to download the source code, because if we understand what's going on in the source code, then we can solve the challenge. So the link is over here. We'll highlight it. We'll select copy link. And then we'll go over to our Linux terminal. We'll download the challenge. We'll download the source code file with wget. Wget space, paste in the file address, and then hit enter to download the file. Okay, we've got game_redacted.c. So this is a C source code file. And if we can see the source code that was used to create the file, we might be able to figure out how to defeat the challenge. So we're going to take a look at the source code file using the nano text editor. Okay, so what this program is, it's a program which describes a game of rock, paper, scissors. So it's got some variables, so character hands. So the hands array has rock, paper, and scissors. These are the 3 options. And it also tells you what each hand loses to. So rock loses to paper, paper loses to scissors, and scissors loses to rock. The method that the program uses for figuring out if you successfully defeated the computer on any given turn is a comparison. So the comparison is used using the str function, so string. And what it tries to do is it tries to figure out if what the computer played loses to whatever your input is in player turn. Okay, let's talk a little bit about it over here. So this is picoCTF 2022. This is the RPS challenge. So this challenge requires us to win 5 games of rock, paper, scissors in the application. Okay, so what's going on here is we're trying to take advantage of a programming logic flaw in the program. When we download the C source code for the program, we say that there's a logic flaw in the code. Specifically, the program runs the str function with the player input, player turn, and the hands the computer loses to with loses computer turn. So in this case, we're taking advantage of the str function because the str function searches for the first occurrence of the target string, otherwise known as the needle, inside of a second string known as the haystack. So in this case, we're searching for the things that the computer loses to, the haystack, which has rock, paper, scissors, with the needle player turn, which is whatever the player inputs. So the exploit for this particular application goes like this. So an example game round in this game is 1. The computer plays rock. Number 2, rock loses to paper. So this is what is established. 3, the program checks the player input for paper. 4, the player always wins if they input rock, paper, scissors. Because the program actually doesn't check to see if there's only one thing the player inputs, because the player gets to type in their answer. So if you type in rock, paper, scissors, and it's searching for the word paper, it'll always find it in here. And in fact, if it chose scissors, it'll find rock, and if it chose paper, it'll find scissors. Because the user types in their input instead of selecting one of 3 options, the player can type in all 3 options at once and win every time. This function in particular, the cstr function, it says here that the function returns a pointer to the position of the first occurrence of the string inside of another string. So it returns a pointer, and it also returns true if it finds it. If it doesn't, then it returns false. So when we interact with the program on the server, we said that this exploit works if we make a selection rock, paper, scissors, and the computer plays anything, then you always win, because the thing that defeats the thing that the computer chooses is always included in rock, paper, scissors. So let's go ahead and go ahead and perform the exploit. So over here, we'll launch our instance. And then from here, we've got a netcat command we can use to interact with the program on the server. So we copy the command, then go back to the terminal, and we'll paste in the command. Okay? So welcome, challenger, to a game of rock, paper, scissors. For anyone that beats me 5 times in a row, I will offer up a flag I found. Are you ready? 1 to play the game, 2 to exit the program. So we're going to play the game, and then we're going to make a selection, rock, paper, scissors. So what if we just type in rock, paper, scissors? So if we wanted to, create a secure version of this game, we would have the player type in 1, 2, or 3 for 1 rock, 2 paper, 3 scissors. We wouldn't have them type in their answer, because that's just well, anytime you let the player type in whatever they want, it can lead to bad results. Okay, your answer was rock, paper, scissors. Computer played rock. You win, play again. So what we need to do is we just need to do this 3 times. Sorry, 5 times. So we do it 5 times. And then we get the answer. So we get the flag. picoCTF, some extreme luck. Okay. So we copy the answer. And then we go to the challenge. We go down to the bottom. In the flag submission field, we can paste in the answer and click on submit. And then we've finished the challenge. All right, everybody, that was a guided walkthrough for the RPS challenge from Cylab/picoCTF 2022 as part of their binary exploitation series of challenges. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.